What's up guys, Tim Wilson here from Tim Wilson UK and welcome back to the second major of 2019. This is the PGA Championship and it is brought to you from Bethpage, the black course, and it's probably one of the most difficult courses on the PGA Tour. So I'm looking forward to this. The settings for this particular event, after playing the Masters on hard difficulty, I've swapped it up to very hard. I thought there's no way that I'm going to go through another 4-round event where the AI are not competing at all, so I've swapped it up to very hard and we are playing this against what will be a very, very tough AI field. I did set this up after we finished out Augusta, so I'm not entirely sure what the settings are, but we will get into the round and certainly find out. You can see that the wind is very, very high on this first round, 15 mile an hour on this very first hole, so it is going to be a very interesting round. It's going to be a very interesting event. Just to let you know what my settings are, I mean obviously I've just told you that the AI is playing on very hard. I am playing on the pro clubs, and the only reason I play on the pro clubs at the moment is because that is how I play my online career, so I leave it just as it is for this. We've got a 14 mile an hour wind here, headwind, so this is going to be a tough shot into this first green. Right, let's play that as it lies. I think that's gonna stall in that wind. Nice straight shot. This should come up almost perfect. It's not going to get an awful lot of run out because the wind really does stop it in its tracks. We've got a birdie opportunity on the very first hole. There we go, we're in for a birdie. Let's have a look at the first page of the leaderboard. So there we go. I mean, the guys are under par, which is good. I mean, we've got a couple of names on there that you guys will probably recognise. Charles Howell III, Justin Thomas, Apibanrat from Thailand, Im from South Korea, Francesco Molinari and Jason Day. So a couple of names on there you guys will probably recognise. A couple of South Africans at the top of the leaderboard there, and Garnett from America. I haven't actually come across that name before, so that's a new one to me. So ordinarily the PGA Championship wouldn't be played until the very end of the major season. It's normally the very last one of the majors that actually gets played, but this year they swapped things around a little bit. So after the Masters, we now have the PGA Championship, which you can see me playing here. Then you have the Open, and then shortly after that you then have the US Open. So they have swapped things around because normally the PGA Championship sits, I can't remember, I think it's around about August, September time, but they brought it forward to May this year. Right, let's see if we can get this on the green. So we have a slight headwind and we have an uphill lie. That's actually playing 129, so I'm going to boost that up a little bit. Oh, it's another great shot. The two fantastic approach shots there on the opening two holes. Let's see if we can convert this one like we did the first. Not a lot of movement in this putt, and I suppose that's the benefit of getting it that close, is that you don't have to try and cope with all the undulations on the greens. Alright, a couple more names that you recognise have now appeared on the board. Got Gary Woodland and Billy Horschel in there as well. Well, let's not dwell too much on the leaderboard in between holes. We'll have a look at it when we get to 9 and see where we are. Let's continue the round. We've got a long par 3 here, 234 yards, playing about 228. Now this is going to be a problem for me because this is going to put me massively in between clubs, and I think even by changing the loft on this I'm going to be long, very long. And I think I'd probably rather run out and be long then come up short and leave myself with a monster putt. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's going to leave me with a chip shot, probably, yeah, there we go. I was going to say 15 yards. What I do want to make sure I don't do though is go past that flag, because otherwise we are going to be rolling off the green. I left myself a little shorter than I wanted to. That was a 95% shot, so I've left myself a tricky little 12-footer here. Let's put it just outside the right edge. Slightly downhill, and it's a good thing the hole was there because that was travelling at some pace. Alright, we picked up a par there. Let's zap straight through this. I'll let you guys have a look at the scoreboard. I'm not going to comment on it until we get to 9. Par 5, first of the par 5s, 517, playing just less than that at 503, so I would say it would be reachable, but it's going to be a little tough to reach that today with that very slight headwind coming off the right. Is that going to hold the fairway? Slopes off to the left, just about holding that fairway. See, that only played 269, so that's going to leave a long shot into this green. I don't even think I'm going to try and attempt that. I think if the wind was behind and I got that over 300 yards, that would make that shot an awful lot easier. But there is no way I'm going to go for that. That's going to end up in all sorts of bother. So we're just going to play this up the right-hand side. Yeah, absolutely spot on. We should have a nice little flop shot here into the green. 49 yards. It's not quite a flop shot. It's going to be a pitch. It's going to be a fully lofted pitch. Got a slight wind behind. This is a tricky little shot, actually. I think I'm going to do a little bit different here. I'm going to do a flop shot, a 40-yard flop shot. It's playing about 51 yards. And I'll de-loft it a little. I hope it runs out. I didn't readjust because when you play a pitch shot the wind tends to have some effect, and I didn't readjust for that, but that's okay. We've got 10 feet here for the birdie. Currently at 2 under par through 3 holes. 10 feet. Greens aren't too fast today. Oh, it just turned more than I allowed, and we are going to be hopefully tapping this in for a par. Don't want to talk too soon because I have missed these in the past, but we safely negotiate that 4th hole. Fifth hole, par 4, 478, playing pretty much to its yardage today at 476. That is a tough fairway to hit, especially with that wind coming off the right. Just got to skirt the tree and it should start coming back into the middle of the fairway, and it should end up on the left hand side of that fairway, which it is. Okay. 184. I'm not too bothered about that tree because the wind is going to bring that back in. 184 is playing about 190, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Going to let the wind do its work here. It needs a bounce. Needs a bounce. Oh, that's probably 2 yards shy of being absolutely spot on, but I'm not too disappointed with that. Once more, we don't want this to go too far past the flag. Just trickle down to the hole would be nice. That'll do. That's going to leave me about 5 or 6 feet. And safely negotiated through hole number 5, I think that was. Yeah, hole number 5. Right, not a lot's changed on the leaderboard. The same names are on there. Tony Finau has now joined in that bunch. It's changing a lot because Gary Woodland was on there, Tommy Fleetwood, Jason Day. They've all disappeared. They're probably not a million miles away, but they're not on the leaderboard right now. Right. Make sure this hits the fairway. Should come back round a little. Not enough. Alright, we're in the rough, but we've got a fair amount of distance on that drive, so we are quite a ways down there. That is playing about 130. We have rough and a 15-mile-an-hour wind to contend with, so this is a tricky shot. Just getting this on the putting surface, I think, is going to be an achievement. It's on. It's getting better, but that's still about 20-25 feet away. And that's the difference between getting it to 6 feet and 20 feet, is that 6 feet you don't really have an awful lot of break. When you're hitting a shot that is 20 feet away, you have all kinds of break going on, and that's what we've got here. Just going to trickle this down. Don't want it rolling too far past. It was 3 inches downhill, so we just wanted to make sure we rolled that up to the flag and then tap it in for the par. There we go. Alright, it is a tough course. It is really, really tough. I mean, I'm through 6 holes and 2 under par. So we are by no means ripping this course apart, and we are not absolutely blitzing the AI, which is great. Alright, stroke index 1, toughest hole on the course. It'd be nice to pick a birdie up here. It's always great to pick a birdie up on the toughest hole of the course. But it's the toughest hole on the course for a reason, and I'm sure we're about to find out. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we still got. That's probably the reason. I mean, it is playing. It's a 500-yard par 4 into that headwind, which makes it incredibly tough. I've de-lofted this as much as I can just to try and keep it under the wind. I did hit fast on the back, on the downswing, so that is going to end up in the bunker. It might not be the worst result. Yeah, that might not be that bad, but it's whether I can get it on the green here. Oh! It's a really, really good thing that I hit that flag, otherwise I could have been a fair distance from the hole. Let's just take the par and move on and say no more about that, because that was not well played. Tee shot was great, but not a lot more can be said about that hole. Right, 210-yard par 3, penultimate hole on the front 9. 28 feet, so that is playing 209. Where's the flag? We've got some green to play with here. I may drop this down, I think. Drop this down, de-loft it a bit. And if I hit it straight, I want to try and run this up towards the flag. Yeah, the idea was right. Didn't allow enough for the wind, but still, it's not a bad outcome. We hit the putting surface, giving ourselves an opportunity at a birdie, but it is a long, long way away. Should start to swing quite a lot now. There we go. You can see that's almost 90 degrees at the end there, and I've left myself 2 or 3 feet from the hole. I will take that. With a 35-foot putt with that amount of swing, 1 foot uphill, I will take that par and move on. Alright, we'll scrutinise the leaderboard at the end of this hole. I don't think an awful lot's changed. Alright, we are now starting to get into the realms of having the wind behind us. So I'm going to try and capitalise on that. 100% power. I have lofted it up so it is in the wind. We want to hit the fairway. Yep, there we go. 313 yards. And that leaves us with a very, very short iron into this 9th green. Doesn't make it any easier, and we'll add. Oh, that swing line was a bit ugly. Pardon me, but it's looking good. Slow down. Right, that's going to leave me about 25-foot putt, I think. Absolutely spot on 25. And that's the same as the previous one, where we just lagged it up there, just get that that 2-footer, that kick in par, and we move on. And let's have a look at the leaderboard at the end of the front 9. Still sitting at the top at 2 under, with Kyle Stanley there as well. Tom Lewis is up there. That's a name that I haven't seen in a little while. Thorbjørn Olesen is up there as well. He's the Dane at 1 under par. Lee Westwood, Scott Stallings and Pat Perez. A couple of names in there I don't recognise. I've heard of Norris, but Tokimatsu and Q, I think that's a Peruvian by the looks of it. I'm not sure. I could be wrong there. Could be wrong. So please don't crucify me if I've got that wrong. All right, let's move on to the back 9. Hole number 10, 508 yards, playing 513 today, par 4. Very, very, very long hole here. That wind should bring that right back into the middle of the fairway. I suppose the only reason this is stroke index 10 is because there's very little trees to make this tough, but it doesn't mean that the hole is any easier, that's for damn sure. Alright, I can hit the green here. Got the wind slightly behind. Let's use the 4 hybrid, see if it can roll it up towards the flag. It may even be too long. Let's see if it slows. No, that is going to work out absolutely spot on. I'm glad I did club down there. 4 feet. Let's see if we can pick up a birdie. There have been a bit few and far between the birdies so far. Alright, we're in. That's birdie number 3. 3 under par. Let's see if anybody else has made any headway. No, everybody else is still struggling. It's a tough course. It is really, really tough. 2 under par on the front 9. I've just picked up the first birdie on the first hole on the back 9. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going. I mean, the wind is making it tough. There's no denying that. And it's going to be tough for the AI as well as it is for me. I'm going to leave that at 165. I think it's going to hold up a little. need it to bite when it lands. It shouldn't roll too much. That's good. That's going to lead me about 15 feet. I'll get in. Oh! Inches. 5 inches. Alright, we tap in for the par. No drop shots yet this first round, which is good. Still a couple of guys under par, which is nice to see, because normally when the AI is on very hard, they do tend to just absolutely blitz away. So it's nice to see that they're not completely annihilating me. Put this up in the wind. I've hit a fast, so I've got a feeling that we are going to be in the rough. It's not going to be the heavy rough though, it's going to be the light rough. But that was not great. I hit a fast and I was not on the swing line. It is heavy rough. 64 to 71, so we're going to struggle to reach it here. That's not too bad. I will take that. What have we got? We've got 27 yards. Bites. Yeah. And I'm just going to take that and move on, because that was not a well played hole at all. That tee shot was all over the place. Alright, hole number 13. First par 5 on the back nine. Playing 611 yards. That is a huge par 5. Right, that's almost, in fact it's exactly 300 yards, so we aren't going to be getting there in 2. Just got to make sure we keep it in the fairway. Absolutely spot on. I've got a pitch shot here. Is it rolling upwards? It is rolling up towards the flag. Let's see if we can get this to stop nice and close. Little bit short. Could have been a lot better than that. Left myself a trickier putt than needed to be. I'll get in. Oh, it didn't quite turn as much as I thought it was going to at the end. So that's disappointing to pick up a par on a par 5. Always feel like you're giving one back there. You should really be birdieing those. Right, hole number 14, par 3, 155 yards, playing about 153. Not a lot to say about that, otherwise just grip it and rip it. Yeah, very pleased with that outcome. Almost pitched in the hole. You can see the pitch mark. Let's have a quick look. Can't actually see it from that angle. Might be under that label, but it pitched very, very close to the hole. Okay, I like it. That takes me to 4 under par for the first round. Still got 5 other guys under par, which is good. Right, 186, probably playing 197 to the green here. 10-mile-an-hour wind. There is a huge slope on the green, so it should take some pace out of it, which it did. And that's going to leave me about 20 feet maybe. Oh no, not as much as that. 13 uphill, which is good. Turn, turn, turn. Yes! That's an unexpected birdie there. We are now at 5 under par. Wow, there's a lot of those 1-unders that have dropped away. There's only 2 guys under par apart from myself now. Hole number 16, 490 yard, par 4, stroke index 8, playing just shy at 489 today. 60 feet downhill, so that's going to take 20 yards off that distance. And that change in elevation happens all right here. You can see that that tee box is massively elevated, so you'll probably find that the second shot there's not a great deal of elevation change on the approach shot into the green. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 9 feet, not a great deal now. Still 190. It's on, but I think it's going to come up very, very shy. That's going to be a long putt. What, 33 feet to the flag. Let's have a quick nosy at this. Alright, so the lion's share of the movement is left to right at the end. I've left that woefully short, 8 feet shy. We still managed to get the par and avoid a red number on the card, and we are heading into the last 2 holes. 17th, par 3. Beautiful looking golf hole, surrounded by those stands. It's a really, really nice golf hole. Playing 215 yards. $1 million question is, can I get there with a 4-iron? I think I can. Certainly going to give it my best shot. Just hits the fringe. That is definitely the right club. Definitely the right club. Right, 7 foot for a birdie to go 6 under par on round number 1. Nice, I like that hole. Like it a lot. Alright, we've got some +1s creeping onto the bottom of that first page now. Course has not been kind to the AI here. We've got Got a real grandstand finish here. Look at all those stands. Alright, really tough pin position here on 18. 23, 8, 110 yards. Got a feeling this is going to be right of the flag, but not by a long shot. Pitch right next to the flag. You can actually see the pitch mark on this one. You can see it just behind my head there. Right, not a lot of movement, but this is massively downhill, so we don't want this to go rushing past. It would be good to hit the cup. Yes, 7 under par, round number 1, PGA Championship, Bethpage Black, 2019 in the bag. Alright, only one other guy, Scott Stallings, under par at the moment. Lee Westwood, I think it's Thomas Detry, he's on there as well. Kang from South Korea, Justin Rose, Olesen from Denmark, and Eddie Pepperell from England are on the first page of the leaderboard. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That is the first round done and dusted. Join me tomorrow, Friday, for round number 2. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, leave some comments in the box below, and if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this, then hit that subscribe button. But join me again for tomorrow for round number 2, and I look forward to seeing you. Take care. Bye bye now.